Generally, women usually dominate the fashion industry. They are seen in the clothing and beauty industry, while men predominantly are in industries that require physical strength, such as car mechanics, engineering, drivers, not to say that there are no women in that field. Now, there is a lot of shift in this dispensation, with men delving in female-dominated businesses like fashion and ladies thriving as barbers. On Community Reports this week, we're focusing on a combination of these two sets of people. Welcome to the show. I'm Victoria Idowu. When a person desires to earn a living, the things that come to mind usually is love or passion or the availability of a job. Sometimes people go ahead to do what they love to do, while others just do the jobs that is available. This happens basically because of the need to earn a living and survive. But then you find a few who do it basically because of the passion they have for the business. While some ladies delve into businesses that are male-related, some of the men have taken up businesses that are female-related.
It's good to meet you. See you.
Nelly Onyinye is one of those young ladies who are working their way up the ladder in a male-dominated field. She cuts hair for a living.
After my NYSC program sometime in 2009, I wanted to learn a skill, and not just because I actually wanted to learn the skill. I wanted to learn the skill just to please my mom, because my mom is the kind of person that believes all her kids should have a skill. So I reluctantly learned the skill of cutting hair, and when I learned it, I had no intention of becoming a professional barber. Then after 2009/2010, I finished learning and I went back to the white collar job. Then sometime in 2014, sometime in 2014, in process of my marketing, I met someone with a very bad haircut, and I couldn't just stand and watch him with that bad hair. I went up to him and I told him, "Guy, I beg, change your barber." I was like, "What do you know about barbing?" I said, "Because I'm a barber." He said, "Wow, really?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "Anyway, there's someone who would love to meet you that has been looking for a female barber." And he gave me the card and I went to meet the person. So that was how I started cutting hair professionally until I decided to take it full time.
Her drive for this industry is promoted majorly by her need to change the narrative that there are no menial jobs, but menial mindsets.
Rejection were crazy, but one thing that fueled my passion is the fact that I wanted to prove to people that there are no menial jobs, only menial mindset. For God's sake, I left the pot. Even when I was working at first, professional as a barber, people were giving me offers to work in white collar jobs. I coupled with the fact that, so I want to own my own so that I could help change the perception, the way people see us. That's one. Two, it's going to be like a lending voice to the woman community, to let a woman know that she can do something with her hands. That's one of the reasons.
Wait.
Oh yeah, let me see. Don't touch it.
I don't want to go and spoil.
Hey, don't worry, I'm gonna be there. The way you're doing, they will know you don't know how to barb. You need to see what his hair waves pattern is.
Okay.
You understand? So that you know how to place your clipper and so that you don't go chop off hair wrongly. That's why most times if you see some hairstyles, some side looks as if rat ate the hair. The person didn't follow the direction of the hair, so he mistakenly chopped off that hair. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So,
with no formal school training to learn the ropes as a barber, the internet becomes the major source of learning.
I spend my time on the internet. I have professional barbers in Atlanta, in New York, where I spend my whole day and time when I'm less busy, studying and watching their page. There are some barbers I model my style of cutting to. They are all in US. And funny enough, I have the opportunity to chat with a few. So once in a while, when I'm stuck somewhere, I chat with them and they give me 1 or 2 tips. So the most important thing is the internet, and secondly, your passion. If you don't have that passion, you won't hunger to learn more.
And starting out as a female barber takes a lot of courage and determination because some challenges come with it.
So people will just walk up and you tell them, I cut hair. And like, they're going to look at you in so much disdain. I'm like, you cut my hair? Hell no, you can't. And sometimes they've already judged you that you can't cut just because of you're a woman.
Over the years, only the uneducated ventured into this world of barbing. But now, her dream is to change that narrative.
I want people to look at me and tell me, girl, thank you. Because of you, I didn't give up. So, has it been easy? No. Is it worth it? Yes.
While Nelly Onyinye works in the men's field, here is Dixon George, who works in the female section as a hairstylist. Dixon's drive in the fashion industry is fueled by passion.
We have a lot of grown-up men making it right there, so I came with the knowledge that, okay, guys can actually make it, and came to find out it was fun seeing them touching women, making women's hair, and that makes you, it makes you feel like one celebrity. It makes you have interaction with people like every day. So I caught interest in doing it, and based on where I came with the knowledge of hair making, I found out that there was money in it for it first, and secondly, I found out that it actually exposed you to your world, the world of fashion. It makes you know what is going on the fashion styles around you and all of that. So I caught interest in it and I went for it.
Being a professional is one major way to rise above water.
You must train yourself to be a professional. Yeah, you must train yourself to be a professional because there are a lot of styles out there trending, and you have people coming in daily that like, okay, this is what I want. And if you are not professional enough, you get into a fight with your client, because at the end of the day, if you don't satisfy her, if you don't give her what she came in for, you end up going with an argument with her, and it doesn't make sense. And that can break down your client base, because one client can actually bring more clients for you, So as a professional, you need to learn enough to be able to keep out like what your client come for.
As a man, it's important to manage the emotions of your female clients.
At the end of the day, you just need to be very patient and jovial enough, and trust me, you just have to make yourself a nice person to be able to please them.
With different types of products and hair texture, information about these things is key to achieving success.
There are so many products out there. Yes, there are so many products out there, and apart from dealing with weave-ons, I also deal with humans, natural hair as well. So you need to be professional. You need to learn more about the products you are using, from the relaxer to the shampoo, the conditioners, to hair dye and all of that, because each and every one of them have an effect and they have chemicals attached to them. And so when you use them, you need to know what it takes to use them on hair. Like, for instance, we have like 3 different kinds of hair: quacking hair, middle class, and all of that. So you need to know which one go for this one, which one go for this, which one go for this. So you don't use A for B, you don't use B for C.
These young men are also in the fashion industry, taking up this job with all the love they have for female hair. 22-year-old Abe Ozukowa has been a stylist for the past 4 years. With a few challenges, his passion is what has kept him going.
As an hairstylist, the challenges that I'm facing is most times my client, when I something that do difficult to understand, to talk to. So mostly when you're doing the styles that they want you to do, you're not getting it right for them, they're always difficult to communicate with. That's one of the challenges I have with them. And when you try to tell them that this thing you are doing, I'm going to do for you, is going to be like this, they will say they want their own style, their own way. But when you end up doing it for them, they end up not liking it. So they want to do what you explained for them to do before. That's the challenge I have with them.
His friend Sunday, who has challenges with his hearing and speech, also has the determination to thrive in this business.
Hi, good to see you.
Adiola Agbaje is a young lady with a drive. With her mother and her sister in the female hair business, she chose to be different.
My mom used to be a stylist, and that is what I learned from her too. But one day I went to barber shop with my friend, and I saw a lady cutting hair. And I'm like, really? So a woman can cut hair too? And I'm like, yes. So that inspired me, and the next day I went to meet the owner of the shop, and I make an inquiry of how I can be an apprentice. And the man was so impressed, like, we'll be looking for this kind of opportunity. You know what, just come. You don't need to pay now. As time goes on, I will tell you how much to pay. So that was how I started. And so far, so good with the journey. The journey has been so good, and I never regret choosing to be a female barber. And I like the attention I get from people. I like the opportunity.
Adiola has been at this now for the past 5 years. She tells us about her early days as a barber.
When I first started, people don't really want me to cut their hair. Like, I get a lot of rejection, like, I'm not sure you can cut my hair, I'm not sure you can handle my hair, I'm not this, I'm that. But as time goes on, people started giving me attention, and so it's not like it's just males cut. But they're always surprised, like, are you sure you can cut my hair? Are you sure you can do this and that? I'm like, yes, I can. And by the time I deliver my services, they keep on coming back, and some people come with their friends, like, you need to see this lady barber, you need to try her out.
Because of how important a guy's haircut is, having a female barber may at first be a no-no.
Sometime last year, and I was in a hurry actually, you know. So I think we were supposed to have an event, my band and I, like alternate sound, you know. So we all rushed in here, and it was for our first time, you know, and the other guys just, you know, got themselves hooked with other barbers. So she was the only person, and she was like, I can cut you hair. I'm like, I'm very, very particular about my hairstyle, you know. So I was like, are you sure? Like, I don't like to experiment, you know, and I don't like trying somebody new, especially now that we're going for a show. So she was like, you know, if it's not good, I'm going to refund your money. I'm like, it's not about the money, it's the way I look, you know. So cut the long story short, I gave her a try, I gave her a shot, and she did really great. I was greatly impressed, and since then, you know, so sometimes I would even travel, and I would cut my hair with her before I leave. And no matter how long I stay, I literally don't cut with any other person. I wait till I get back and I come here and cut.
The tale of betrayal and redemption of two striking individuals bound by the...
It's not only that the ladies learn the job well, it's also that they have a special touch, which is of course different from a guy's touch.
I mean, you know, when guys, you know, when a guy is cutting your hair, his hands are very strong, stiff, and he just moves it. But she kind of just handles my head with, you know, and not just mine, you know, every other person that she cuts probably handles it with care and, you know, soft hands. And you just kind of feel like you're going through a therapy at the same time while you're cutting your hair, you know. So it's just a feeling, and it feels great actually.
John, who hails from Edo State, started his training as a nail technician in Delta State. In the past 6 years, he has worked in this studio.
Being a nail technician, for me, it's something I didn't plan doing from the initial stage, but due to some situations, schools and all that, I had to go learn something. After my first entrepreneurship class in school, I have to go pick up myself and learn something and say I can raise some funds to finance my education. And by the grace of God, I as I proceed, I begin to have more flair and more interest in doing nails, mixing colors, creating designs, and making ladies look more beautiful. And so far so good. It has been very, very interesting, and I love and I enjoy doing it every time of the day.
As a man working in a female-dominated field comes with its own challenges. But then, he has learned the art of working well with ladies in his field.
It's actually very challenging because it's the opposite sex, and working with ladies, and we know ladies are they are also very easygoing people if you can understand a bit of them, because you can't understand all of them, just a bit of them. They are very going people, and most times I always take it easy with them to let them say what they want, then from there I can take it up. And I always try to put a very good face appearance so that I'm always smiling to keep them on a very good track. Because if your appearance is looking very scary, it comes out the other way.
Susan Adigbite has been fixing her nails with John for the past 4 years. She believes guys have a way of taking good care of the female nails.
He's one of the best and one of a kind. I haven't had any issues with my nails since I started fixing my nails with him.
Do it like this. Yeah.
We're doing a fade haircut, a skin fade haircut. Yeah. So, I'm going to skin the first layer. Yeah.
Gift David is another young lady who has not allowed the norm to define her. She started professionally 3 years ago.
Actually, it was not planned. When it was a cleaning job of which, if I'm done in the morning, I am free to go home. So going home by 9, 10 in the morning, I wasn't enjoying it. So there was a barber shop some street away from where I was working, where I used to sit for time to pass before I go home. So it was from that barber shop that I was always sitting. That was how I started picking interest. And the man in the barber shop used to do this old man's haircut and skin, you know, all this cut. So that was how I started picking interest. So I started from that shop. It's just by the roadside. I started from that shop until I left there. I went to a more advanced barber shop where I could learn. At the end of 2016, I talked to my boss where I used to learn, and I'd like to go into it full time because as at then I was doing it a part-time. I was working and I was learning how to cut. So he said it was fine. So that was how I came to Case Place, January 2017. That was how I started it. Say it's fun and adventurous because I get to meet different people every day.
Gift, who used to work as a cleaner in 3 different offices, now has a bigger dream of not only owning her own salon, but also becoming a television presenter.
I'm glad after school, hopefully, by God's grace, I'll get my own place, whereby I'll get trained other female barbers as well. I love to interview people the way you're interviewing me. Yes. I'm a part-time student of Yaba College of Technology. It's called Step 1.5.
With 3 years to her belt, she has a few experiences.
This guy that I was supposed to cut, he said to give him a particular haircut. And I looked at the hair. From the picture he was showing me, I know to achieve that particular style was just going to be magic. I tried to talk him out of that style, but he insisted and that was what he wanted. So I decided to play along with it. And at the end of the day, it did go very well. And before he started vibrating, I told him that, but I told you that it won't come out. He said, boy, I'm a barber, I'm supposed to do this, do that. So some of my colleagues now came, I showed them the picture. They then explained to him that there was no way I could get that. And me telling him at first, he should have known. So I think they tried to talk him out of getting angry and all that. So we just played the plank on it, so it looks similar. It was really, I was shaking that day because someone don't go slap me. Same, one guy came. I was supposed to cut him. Yeah, I did. So at first, it wasn't so comfortable. So as I was cutting, it was so uneasy because he hasn't seen a female barber. Not to talk of having one cutting him. And it was his first time, so I could understand. But the way he was doing was making me uneasy as well. At a point, he told me to leave it and call somebody that could do it better. I felt so bad. And funny enough, his haircut was actually skin cut. He's bald. I don't know if I'm supposed to make mistake cutting somebody that is bald, like there's no hair. So he was telling me I should call somebody that was doing better. And I was, what's in this ASF that is, I felt so bad. Say, no sir, I will do it. I just need you to relax. Till today I'm the person that is cutting him. So that word he said to me, I just got courage from nowhere. I just debarred the hair, shine the hair, as if it will not grow again. so so when he saw me with all seriousness, after everything, I said, yeah, I'm so sorry, I didn't know you could do it, but yeah, take extra tip. And my chair was like this.
Samuel Dixon started out as a barber, working in a mill section until his passion for nails took hold of him. Becoming a nail technician takes more than just a love for it. A lot of learning is required, most especially because new trends come up on a daily basis.
Then the stick on nails. After you stick the nails, you have to blend the sides. Every day you have a new thing is coming up. A new design must come out. So you just have to also be open, like you need to check up on most of the trends design that's going all around. So because most of the time how I do my own thing is I follow people who are good, who are way good than me, like people in the US and all of that. So when they motivate me to be more good. And also I also follow some kind of people that when I see their job, I'm like, okay, I'll correct myself as well. Like when I see their jobs, I try to do something like that.
The toenail has no need for special attention.
There's nothing, one thing is painting your toenails, which, depends on how the toenails looks, because so the kind of color you're using for the toenails. There's some people who have hit their toenails and then they have injuries and their toenails are no longer good. So most of the time we do fix their toenails as well and polish it.
Okay. It's not advisable.
Huh?
Is it advisable to fix your toenails?
Yeah, it just depends on how, like, if you have issues with the toenails, not your toenails are properly good and they just want to fix them. It's not advisable. I'll actually tell them what to do that.
Although earning a living is very important, people have been advised to constantly do what they love. This will give them the much happiness needed in life. Well, pick which hustle catches your fancy. There is no gender-sensitive job anymore. Anyone can be anything they decide to be, so long as they put their minds to it. Thank you for watching. I'm Victoria Idowu. If you missed any part of the show, you can catch it on our YouTube channel. You can also send your comments to the social media handles showing on your screen. Bye for now.